You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's going on, diecast collectors and diecast reviewers on YouTube? This is Original Big Bri here, and welcome to the final Wave 8 diecast review on my YouTube channel. Yes, I mean, we finally completed Wave 8 for NASCAR Authentics, and another one in the books, as I'm probably would say I just collected majority of the cars from Wave 8, besides the Brackets Aussie Auto Trader car. But I decided to not get this car at first, but then when I saw that this car actually got released at my Walmart, which was like a few days ago, so this is why this is the last one. Not really the best for last, but yeah, this was a car I was not planning on to get, but then I actually saw in the stores and I noticed that this car does look a lot more different than the car that we got from last year's. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start the diecast review of Eric Almirola's, Bubba Wallace's 2018 U.S. Air Force Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Richard Petty Motorsports. Wow, I'm really reliving deja vu because this car looks so similar to last year's, but then I realized this is a 2018 car. But there's something different about this car that I like. Well, first of all, yeah, Bubba Wallace, and it's on the Chevrolet mold as well, but we're going to have to look at the overall decal, the qualities, because, well, yeah, literally the actual decals and the quality of this car, because it might actually look a lot more better than the car that we've got from last year. But with that in mind, let's go ahead and start this diecast review and the unboxing of the Bubba Wallace U.S. Air Force car. Alrighty, guys, we got this Eric I did it again, damn it. We got the Bubba Wallace car outfits box. Oh man, this is going to be a great start to a diecast review. So before we take a look at that, let's look at the little magnet that comes with this. Alright, I can't screw this up because this does say Bubba Wallace on it. So if I say Eric Almirola, you guys have every right to bust me in the comments for that. But, but as you guys take a look at it, the blue is definitely a lot more purplish on camera, but I kid you not, this magnet does look a lot more blue, so I do apologize that the camera is making it look like a purplish look, but I do like the, this is a different, we actually got a magnet for once with the U.S. Air Force car, because remember the U.S. Air Force car for Almirola for last year, we got a plastic hood, so it's pretty cool that we actually got a rectangular magnet, so probably not my favorite magnet that we got for this wave, but still pretty cool. So back to the diecast, guys. You guys could tell that, yeah, I mean, the magnet does look very off-colored, but my God, man, I mean, just look at this car. I mean, a lot of people are saying it's the exact same car as last year, just it's got Bubba Wallace's name and it's got the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 body. Yes, when you guys said that statement, and when I said it when I reviewed the overall wave for one of my diecast news episodes, I did say this would be a car I would avoid. Well, I guess I'm a hypocrite because somehow I bought this car. But once we get to the comparison, I will show you guys. But I mean, well, is that a fold right there? There's, oh wow. Well, wow. Well, there goes the diecast quality right there. There's a fold right where the 3 is, but I'm not really going to be too mistaken off on that. It's the R cutoff too, where the Air Force is. Oh boy, we're into a rough start. Maybe I should avoid buying this car after all. But with all jokes aside, man, I'm so glad that we've got... this is like the third Bubba Wallace car that we got released. We literally mostly got one in every single wave, and we even got the NASCAR Racing Experience car coming out for Wave 9. So it's looking like a really great year for Bubba Wallace for diecast. I can't really say that for you know, how he's doing so far, Richard Petty, because you know Richard Petty Motorsports really does not have the best equipment. I mean, we've seen how it is with Eric Almirola, and now looking at him now, he's with Storehouse Racing. So it's only a matter of time we're going to see Bubba Wallace eventually win in this car. Speaking of the devil, he did, I believe he drove this, he usually drives the, well, Richard Petty Motorsports usually runs this paint scheme at the second Daytona race, the nighttime Daytona race. I believe he's also drive this car one more time. I think it's either at this race at Texas, or I think it's the next race after that at Phoenix, ISM, wherever the hell you want to call it. I'm still going to call it Phoenix, even though it's like, oh, it's ISM now. It's, whatever. But yeah, he usually drives this car at the Daytona patriotic night race. So I mean, yeah, it does not have the patriotic banner, which, you know, still is a big buzzkill moment for me, but I think it wasn't like that on the renders, so it doesn't really hurt. But now let's get on to the comparison, as I will show you guys the differences on this car. So I mean, of course, the big difference right off the bat, we got, you know, of course, well, first of all, this is an Almirola car from last year from Wave 6 of NASCAR Authentics, and this is the Bubba Wallace car, which is on a Chevrolet body, and this is on the Ford Fusion body for the Almirola car. But if you look at closer look, the overall quality of the decals looks a lot more better. And I find that funny because when they showed, when Line Out Racing's A Fix actually showed this car from, well, like a few episodes ago, this is kind of what the quality of the car looked like. And I thought, okay, yeah, they really screwed this car up. But that was for the 124. I didn't know how it was going to look like for the 164. Thank God they cleaned this car up, because look how just so much brighter this car is, man. I mean, I didn't even realize just how dull looking last year's car is. They really cleaned up this car, man, and it goes so well because the lightning just really just pops in this car. It's just really badass in my opinion. I mean, I know I said that with last year's, but looking at last year's, man, it's so dull compared to this year's, man. I really love the colors on this car. The colors are very, very vibrant. I think the only thing that, well, of course we got, Smithfield logo. But I think the only thing that they doled down on the 2018 car was the 43 on top. But, I could really care less. I mean, I really love this car. I mean, if you guys love the color dark blue or indigo, this car is just amazing. I mean, far more superior than last year's. I mean, this is why I do diecast comparisons, guys, because a lot of people are going to be, they're going to look at both these cars and be like, oh, great, yeah, we got another Air Force car. Lame. I mean, yeah, some people will still get this car because, it's another Bubba Wallace car, and it's on the Chevrolet body, which looks even more badass. Another thing to point out, we also do got that alternate Camaro writing that was found also on two other cars from NASCAR Authentics, which was Ty Dillon and Austin Dillon. And we also got the ZL1 logos as well that showed up on the Danica Batra cars. So I guess it's just on preference of where they. You can have a choice if you want the Camaro branding on your grill or not. But, yeah, back to this car, man. I say 100% get this car. Even if you got last year's, this one definitely is a great buy. I know I said it before, and I know I said it several times, but, whether I know these cars, paint schemes aren't going to change every year. They aren't. But when you put the effort into these cars, unlike last year, then you can definitely see what I mean. They did a great job with this car, and I'm really impressed with how vibrant it turned out compared to last year's. So with that in mind, I'm hoping you guys can go out and buy this car along with the other cars from Wave 8. And with that in mind, guys, this is going to wrap up the last diecast review for Wave 8 of NASCAR Authentics on Bubba Wallace's 2018 U.S. Air Force Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Richard Petty Motorsports. If you guys enjoyed this diecast review along with other Wave 8 diecast reviews, then feel free to stick around because we will be getting some Wave 9 diecast reviews very shortly, and even some other diecast reviews along the side as well. So, but you all got to stick right here and subscribe to this channel for more on all these diecast reviews for all types of motorsports. But until then, guys, this is Original Big Bri. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in another diecast review.